What's up, my 7,000 fish tankers? As always, you can help me in the algo by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Let's try and get that up to 10,000 subscribers by the time Fish Tank Season 2 is over. Respect to all the clippers, you can find them in the description. And with that being said, let's jump into it. Day 26. TJ and Shinji are tasked with getting Oliver sleep deprived, who basically hasn't slept since arriving. This becomes a constant bit, with all the fish being tasked with waking him up in B1. Ty and Taylor go on a forced date. Ty jokingly makes some vulgar comments.
I'm gonna joke off to this tonight.
Jesus
You know
Christ,
it.
Ty.
These uncalled for vulgar comments about our queen Taylor would get Ty fired from the tank.
You're fired
From what?
from the show.
Okay.
So just pack up all your stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I got kicked off of the show.
What?
For what? Yeah, they didn't tell me the reason yet.
Oliver almost leaves as well, but ends up staying under the condition that he has to wear a safety helmet.
But they just want me to tell you, Oliver, that you are fired. So they want you to pack your stuff and wait by the downstairs basement. Oh, you're fired. They just want me to give you this message. I'm fired too, but you're fired.
Who then rings the bell on duan'ye in a be nice to each other challenge, which duan'ye loses in seconds. Big God returns to bartending for the first time in days, and TJ takes 5 shots in about an hour. And now that the fish are drunk and lured into a false sense of security, Frank Hassel appears.
TJ. Nice to meet you. Hey. How's it going? Chris. Big Dick. Yep.
He puts a cigarette out on TJ while he's getting the house tour.
And
Can
then,
I put this cigarette out on you? Can I?
do it.
I can?
Yeah, do it.
Oh! Yeah!
This is like a little linen closet.
That's crazy.
Not much.
Trish becomes the second victim of Frank. He pours the hot, old, sour milk that had been sitting on the table since the Milky Pukers Olympics challenge on her. We then get our next elimination challenge, where the fish are tasked with building IKEA beds. Sam would tweet out that he was actually just trolling them.
We used to have the best time in the whole wide world making the furniture. Mark, putting together bunk beds. Putting together bunk beds and tables and chairs, Oliver. Cause we were drunk.
Yeah, exactement.
So now we're drunk, and we're gonna put together some tables and chairs. They're heavy. They sure are heavy, y'all. Do they all say my doll on them? My doll? Here, catch it. Ooh. Let's do it. This is how we're doing it in the swamp, y'all. Putting the furniture together. Let's do it.
This was straight up torture. Frank was a complete menace here. Anytime Taylor or Trish would make any progress on their bed frames, he would just smash them in various ways. Wood from the identical bed sets were thrown around the room, as well as the screws.
I got me a white coat.
Careful, she's busy.
I think you're winning.
Frank discovers he could get the wood stuck in the wall pretty easy.
There's metal in the wood. There's fucking metal in the wood.
TJ, who is far drunker than everyone else, passes out and plays Icky Pukers.
Oh, there it is.
You're supposed to do it onto Taylor.
Oh.
Don't throw up in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Spit it all out. You need any Coke or Adderall?
He gets hauled off by medical and is put in the bathroom, with Josie silently on life alert while eating noodles. Shinji is off screen, succeeding as per usual, and Oliver had 0 obstacles but seemed unable to build the IKEA furniture. Duan'ye, who Actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but when he first arrived, honestly, I kind of found him like annoying. But since then, he's really grown on me. I mean, he never stops talking. He's unfazed by confrontation. He just always has energy. There's never a lull when he's in the room. He's the current content queen of the house. So duan'ye, not unlike TJ, drank way too much and is dead on the stairs for like hours. But he still has the wherewithal to be funny, which I really appreciated.
Yeah. I'm a you! Again! I'm a you! White people trying to kill me! Again! It's my hit the light, don't hit the light, don't hit the light!
If you remember 2 nights ago, Shinji was brought into the attic and was given the task of messing with someone during the next challenge by like cheating and like screwing them over basically. He gets brought into the attic once again, with Gold Striker basically reiterating his task. His target for the night is Trish, since she seems to be the one being singled out by Frank at the moment.
Hey, Shinji, here for that. Shinji, don't fight him.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Don't get physical with him. Gotta stay in the vicinity. Oh! Hey, now! He's exempt from the elimination.
Life's not fair.
It's not fair house!
Exactly, boy. No.
So you get everyone drunk in the first
Finish your f***ing bed.
As Trish is silently raging, they have a dance party. Oliver ends up winning, and Gold Striker reveals he was lying about the elimination.
New rule! Next person to say zippity doo-dah wins the challenge. Oscar, you win. For $0. Now, y'all gotta bring your mattresses down and set up your beds in here. This is the new bedroom, y'all. It's gonna get comfy. It's gonna get bumpy. It's gonna be downright comfy bumpy. If you know what I'm saying.
Also, the actual fish are ejected from the fish tank. Day 27. Frank does a frat boy classic, the panty raid on Taylor. This is significant because I think on day 5 or 6, Taylor had come downstairs and let everyone know in the tank that someone had like moved her panties, and she said it really like grossed her out and creeped her out because it brought up some trauma from her past. Clearly Frank knew this information, so this was like a way to mess with her. Frank does a panty scent review for TTS.
Describe the scent, please.
Like an earthy odor with a hint of oak and like a cherry wood after smell. Very pungent, to be honest with you. Not good. This has a yeast infection.
And then walks downstairs using them as a hat.
I missed.
They all sit at the bar, and Frank sniffs them in front of her, trying to get her to break, and even gets Shinji in on the fun. TTS asks Taylor to take off the pair of panties she's currently wearing and give them to Frank, which she does, proving she is unfazed, and even wears them as a hat.
Double down Tay. Ask if you want to trade for the ones you're wearing. They're baby pits. I bet he liked that. Taylor W.
Yeah, true. Can I have the ones you're wearing?
Yeah.
Can you take them off?
Frank, please, sir, send me those panties. I would love nothing more than to floss my teeth with them. Love from India, J.E.
They begin to buddy up, a la Frank and Letty from season 1. They play tic-tac-toe on TJ, who is semi-passed out. Frank offers her a full partnership if she steals Trish's panties for him. She declines and tries to change the subject, but Frank notices. Taylor rings the beef bell on Trish, and they compete over who Frank likes the best. Even though Taylor clearly won by licking Frank's shoe, her lack of initiative from earlier causes her to lose.
Another one, another one, another one. Multiple. Hold the shoe. Hold the shoe with your... Yeah. I'm gonna go with Trish. I think Trish won. Okay. That challenge.
Taylor is now in the doghouse and the main target of Frank, who dumps an entire jug of the expired milk on her.
So you can't leave there, right? Without permission?
Yeah, without permission.
Okay.
Production let the now fuming Taylor shower, and she spits on Frank. Frank interrogates TJ on his R34 account.
What's up with that? The porn thing, what's up with that?
That's not me.
Well, when the first time it got brought up, why'd you go downstairs? It's because that's how it looked, I guess. Because like it came through and then you immediately like I gotta go.
I don't.
And then you got up and went downstairs.
I don't.
That feeds into it a lot.
I don't blame anyone that thinks that, but it's just like.
I mean, I guess it's just like assuming a lot of things about people they don't know. I guess. Yeah. It's just like, I guess part of the whole thing, but.
And at like 5 or 6 in the morning, Frank throws a bucket of crickets on Taylor, who is rather upset and begins to break down.
You need to take a chill pill.
No, dude.
Don't hate on bugs. Bugs are chill. They're our friends.
Kill him, Frank! I'm gonna kill him,
You
dude!
are using Frank right now. You are a killer. You should feel ashamed.
Yeah, we're going viral right now. White girl going crazy.
Also, Oliver is tricked into eating a cricket.
Yummy.
Damn. None of us ate the bugs.
After they get their fish rest, there's a new confessional cam added in the Goon Cave. TJ says he regrets the cigarette burn because it's gonna be there for life. I actually did do that as a kid, and I can confirm they don't last for life, but they do last like a long time. Like I had a scar there for like maybe a decade. The fish are tasked with building a stage for a mystery event planned for later. They are also introduced to the beginning stages of a mommy-baby challenge, which will reach its final form later in the night, where the fish are put into pairs, one being a mommy, one being a baby. The baby has to wear a diaper, and Taylor doesn't want to do it. Frank calls Taylor out for being a fake 1488er.
But this
You're the one cheek highlighting and 1488ing all day long.
Well, that's too bad. Those are my beliefs.
Babies can't smoke, Frank. Take your cigarette.
You're not a white supremacist. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut the f up.
You shut the.
Dumb bitch.
You're the one.
You're not a neo-Nazi. Shut up.
The judge and Shinji impersonate TJ, and he tells him that he needs to continue being a menace to Trish and TJ, as he wants Shinji and Taylor in the finals. He relays a similar message to Taylor about the finals as well. They have a grossest thing in the house challenge, a return from season 1. Taylor wins by filling up a cup of her pee and vomit and tossing it at Frank.
I have a cup full of my own piss and vomit. Oh! Shit! And it also had a cigarette in it and a loogie.
Thank you.
The surprise event unlocks as World Peace 2 director Alex Schultz, the scuffed realtor Nick Rochefort, Airsoft Fatty, and a gaggle of women show up for After Dark. If you're unaware, After Dark is a dating show that MDE has been doing live streams of. I think there's only like 3 or 4 episodes maybe. It's honestly pretty rough around the edges. My main gripe being the miking. It's just hard to hear what people are saying most of the time. So it's a work in progress. I feel like it's a thing that's going to evolve as time goes on. I wouldn't necessarily recommend watching it now unless if you're like a hardcore MDE fan. But the show does have its moments, and one of those moments is a recurring regular on the show, Allie, who is like this persistently drunk, sort of smart, but also dumb bimbo.
First, I would get a job or disability check to ensure that I am a person who is able to acquire a basement. And next, I would make sure the basement has a radiator. And long story short, I would, if I loved you so much, I would probably put you next to the radiator in the basement with a, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Handcuff, a handcuff. And I would put you with a handcuff with the radiator, and you would love me so much, and we could have kids and get married.
She like clearly is intelligent, and she's clearly playing the part of like hot mess valley girl, let's say. It's very difficult to pick apart what's real, what's genuine, and what's an act. Chris is the centerpiece of After Dark, with the women vying for a date with Fatty. There's an older lady who gets freaked out and makes a fake excuse and leaves.
Guys, unfortunately, Karen has to leave.
I have to leave, man.
Wipe herself out.
I should take a...
Some random girl, a 50-year-old, pretty hot former Russian model and swimmer, Tay, Trish, and of course, Allie.
The best and worst part about dating, Allie,
Worst part is you need about like 7 of these to like keep them from just like falling out like completely. Like I just like stand up, you know. I have 2 kids, you know. I mean.
Taylor isn't fazed by any of this pretty
Part
niggas.
is
Taylor
that,
is gonna tank all this damage
you know,
and
I'm
bring
like
it
an
both home
empath,
full.
and so I'm an empath, and so.
The Russian broad wins by swan diving on Chris. Fatty goes on a date with his new mail order bride, while Nick and Alex play karate.
Not bad. Not bad. Sorry. Make these doors a little different.
Okay.
You don't need them. We're gonna saw these in half the long way. Jean-Claude Van Damme taught me how to do backhammer axe kick. There we go. There. Oh, I'll let you get to it.
Alex almost breaks the camera. After the date, Chris throws another flashbang like he did on Christmas. At this point, all the women have left except for Ali, as well as Nick and Alex, and everyone who still remains goes and hangs out in the lounge. By the way, Chris is seemingly staying in the tank now as well. Ali and Chris get into an argument that lasted way too long because Ali said she wanted to go on Ozempic, which is a popular diet drug for Hollywood elites.
No, shut the You don't listen!
Chris is a fucking unsung hero.
That's the problem! You just get so hot! You just get so much love and attention! That you don't listen and pay attention!
We get the continuation of the mommy baby challenge, with Jet and later Frank wearing the director cam on a vest like body cam footage. TJ gets weird with his baby Taylor.
Hey Taylor, look at the camera and blink twice if he has a boner. TJ.
Oh! This is a baby. That's inappropriate.
Then we have a flash forward where the babies evolve into 4-year-olds and Jet flexes on TJ.
How's it feel to have a rollie in your face, bitch? Rolex in your face, nigga? What's up?
I mean, that's more than I've seen.
Up? Three bands on your head, nigga? What's up?
I wish I could make enough money to support my child with that.
You ever seen cash like this?
No.
Them Beaver Street Boys make this in 1 minute.
Chris was only an abusive
Beaver Street Boys.
Cash App shit, bro. Rolex in your face, nigga. What's up? What's up, nigga?
Time rolls forward again, and they become angsty teens and have to go to high school. Wine Mom Allie makes Shinji late for class. Then, in a random turn of events, all the teenagers get into a tragic school bus accident and all suffer severe brain damage and revert back to babies. Allie has a hard time understanding the concept.
It could get really bad.
Can you repeat everything?
No, absolutely not.
Frank is tasked with killing everyone's babies, which he is successful at, but goes way too far for Taylor.
Touch me.
Whoa! Chill.
Don't touch me like that. Don't touch me, dude.
I killed your baby.
Okay.
Tie them up,
What's
Frank.
that?
Okay.
Day 28. Jet puppeteers TJ and Trish into forming an alliance to take out Tay and Shinji, essentially making the tank a 2v2 game at this point. Allie is extremely drunk and also pretty funny at the bar, and ends up passing out in the attic, where Jet reveals a hidden room that is yet to be seen. The next morning, she does the walk of shame. A script is handed out, which the fish need to follow. This would incorporate tasks and actual lines of dialogue they would need to read. Taylor goes off script by throwing a bunch of cigarettes into brunch that was being prepared. Trish retaliates by spraying her with hairspray, but Taylor was ready for the assault.
Yo, no!
Alright, let's go ahead and...
Frank targets Trish, destroying all of her things, as Trish tries to fight back, dumping a white substance on him.
Get it.
Damn. Alright, you're good. You can go.
That's my man.
I don't want any more.
Get good fast. Okay.
I think you should just break it.
Not today, ho. Not today, ho. Walking that bitch get critical.
Walking that bitch get critical. Dance moves hitting harder than Ike Turner.
The fish gather in the living room, and TJ becomes the next target of Frank. He hassles him about getting aroused during the mommy baby challenge.
You and TJ were like, you're basically making out with her.
I wasn't actually sucking his tit. I
No,
put my mouth to
you
it.
definitely were.
No, I
It was
wasn't.
wet when she
I had
pulled it.
slobber all over my
Yeah.
mouth.
It was weird, and he's into it. He's got like a weird. I've seen the posts, bro. Everybody's seen them, and they all know they're real, bro.
This line of thinking naturally graduates to Frank calling him out for being lube cooch.
Lube cooch. When they brought it up, you went downstairs immediately.
I was Trish. The
Because you freaked out. You heard it, and you knew it was real, and you went downstairs. That's exactly what happened. You heard the porn thing, and you went downstairs.
No, I'm not.
That's exactly what happened.
All right, man.
At this point, the other fish don't really know the lore behind the whole lube cooch thing. They've only heard people talk about it, mainly Jimmy. So hearing the full details here from Frank would be the first time they're really aware of the gravity of the situation.
It's true. Everybody knows the lube cooch shit is real.
Okay.
And now you're getting pissed about it. You know why? Because it's fucking real. You like horse porn. Whatever, dude. Weird ass motherfucker.
That's what Jimmy was saying during that fight.
Frank also hassles Shinji for not speaking English and prompts him to ring the bell, which he does on Trish. Power goes out mid-challenge, and Shinji loses at wall squats. The judge arrives and tells the fish that they need to collect the crickets Frank had left around the house, and whoever collects the least amount will replace Shinji in the doghouse.
They gonna have to find some crickets, but they can't wake up Big Papa Changu or they're gonna be in trouble.
Frank steals people's crickets, which pushes the fish to start playing dirty with each other, including Taylor, who anticipated Frank's hassling and prepared her own bottle of piss as a weapon.
For everybody to don't get hurt, Taylor. Careful there. Break. Don't get hurt, Taylor. Break. Drop the case thing, whatever that case is there.
Taylor wins, and Shinji and Oliver are both sent to the doghouse. Trish gets some production help on a confessional.
Hey, sweet cheeks. You gotta speak up in here because the mic's busted. What are you even saying? Start over. Start it over. What were you saying? What were you saying? Damn, some real shit? I don't have the stomach for that. Just do it again though, louder. I'm gonna go play on my phone. Lock this. Or don't, actually. Start over.
Okay, yeah. Leave.
I need to hear what it's about.
I'm just. It's basically nothing.
Basically nothing.
Bye.
Peace. Okay, I'm gonna walk down the stairs now.
Okay. You're such a liar. I was just talking about today.
What? What happened today? Move this way so the camera can see you better.
I don't want them to see me.
Yeah, well, cry on the camera, okay?
No.
For my show.
No.
Can you cry on camera for my show?
I've already done that.
Okay, do more. Cry and scream. Louder.
He also breaks things.
Whoa, cool. Gotta try this axe kick. Oh, shit. That's pretty good, Trish. Yeah! Make it real, Trish. Make it count.
Okay.
You're on my reality show. Yeah.
your nigga.
Give me your real feelings, T. I want to hear some real shit, T. Come on, my brother. I don't want to do that. Trish, start over from the top, nice and loud, okay?
And then we get another group therapy session, which it was essentially the fish being broken down one by one, dressed down, if you will, for being boring and uninteresting by production, Frank Hassel, and the other freeloaders. And they keep dangling the threat of not giving them the actual final prize because of how uninteresting they are.
Why is incest one of the tags associated with your letterbox account?
Letterbox?
Yeah. Loop cooch.
What are you talking about? Incest.
So make it make sense to me, TJ.
That's better.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You're breathing crazy.
There's you're corny. You're corny.
Yeah.
Okay, your jokes don't land. You huck it up when we come up here. You know, Judge kicks in the microwave and you're like you're in on the joke. You're not in on the joke.
You are the joke.
You are the joke. We're laughing at you.
1488 Nazi.
Yeah, 1488
it's so embarrassing.
I'm an Alabama nigger and I want to be free.
Jesus.
That's online forever. Have fun with that.
Okay.
It's not a good look.
You don't feel any shame?
Why aren't you the person convincing someone else to eat the cricket?
Well, I've never really been that type of guy, to be honest.
You've always been the type of guy to eat the cricket?
Well, not really, but not really like a leader type character, you know?
You need direction?
Direction is good.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you need direction. Okay. And who are the people that get the most of the torment? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, Oliver.
Oh.
So the people that need direction just get shit on all day. Did y'all know that?
I guess so, yeah.
Because when you need direction, you're gonna get handed a plate of shit. Because that's what's funniest, to watch somebody eat. Chris, can you please say I consent first?
If you just mess with the timing, I consent.
I don't touch the. I just want to. What? You gotta dig deeper.
Yeah, you gotta get in there. You gotta get in there. No, get in there.
Come on, y'all.
Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Lift it up. Take a look. Get close. Get close. Get close. Get in there. Get your head in there.
Oh, what? It's deep. Oh, it's too deep.
Also, TJ can't throw.
You know it's bell time.
Since Frank has entered the tank, it's felt a lot darker, a big tonal shift within the fish tank. I mean, I guess this is to be expected with him. And though I would say this wasn't the most eventful day, like there wasn't these big clippable moments, I think in general, if you were kind of watching it as it was happening, it felt like probably one of the more, if not the most mentally taxing days for the original 4 fish. These long-winded dressing down of the fish, breaking down their characters and who they are as people, it's kind of hard to show in a clip format like my format, but take my word for it, it definitely wasn't pretty, especially I would say for TJ with the lube cooch allegations hanging over his head. As of me recording this, there has been evidence, if you will, that lube cooch actually wasn't TJ floating around on Twitter. This is just a screenshot of a DM someone sent to that R34 account. So I don't really know what the validity of that is. It's hard to say. My gut tells me that information is BS, as someone on Twitter at Jimmy Fishtank had DM'd me some information on TJ that kind of points to Lube Cooch actually being him, the R34 account specifically. And that's pretty much where we're gonna end things for the actual like recap session. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in a video before, or maybe I did in a live stream, whatever, doesn't matter. But generally the way I try to create these recaps, I try and do them in like a story arc structure. So for instance, the last part kind of covered, you know, Jimmy getting kicked off the show, coming back, and then ceremoniously getting kicked off once again. And it doesn't seem like I have a great ending point with this episode, so I think I'm gonna just do things a little different here. Just do a little, just kind of give my thoughts on what's been going on so far. I think season 2 right now has a bit of a babyface problem, which if you're not into pro wrestling, basically the heroes are the good guys, those are the baby faces, and the villains, that's what you would call a heel. In season 1, there wasn't any like outward heels right off the bat. There was Simmons, but he basically had to get kicked off for his underage allegation. That role then kind of got passed off to John, who I would say it was like a tweener, which again in pro wrestling, it just means someone that's like in between babyface and heel, and can kind of flip-flop between the two. And I think that's kind of the role that John was playing. It was only in, I think it was week 3, whenever the camping challenge was. That's where everyone in the house kind of naturally just started to turn against Letty. And Letty took that and ran with it and became like the main villain of the show, the heel of the show. And this is why towards the end of the show, when it got down to the final 3, in season 1, Sam had told Vance that basically like we're not gonna have Josie and Vance in the finals. That would be uninteresting, right? Because there's no good guy bad guy dynamic. And that was being said with like the subtext of you need to step things up and become more heelish if you want to see yourself in the finals. And in that regard, I think season 2 was kind of the same thing, where I don't think there was any actively like bad people that were cast here. So it was difficult off the bat to find a villain. Cole was the first person to take up that mantle, and he played the role to a T. I thought he was perfect for it. Unfortunately, when he got put in that like main event status, let's say, he really succumbed to the pressure of being public enemy #1 in the house, and eventually ended up quitting. And this was clearly like a huge loss for the show. And I think probably for production, and this is just my speculation, that it was unexpected / prematurely done. So when Cole was gone, that baton of who's going to be the main heel got passed to Brian. And Brian, I feel like he was very good at playing the actual game when it came to challenges, for instance. He would do whatever it takes to win, he would be willing to play dirty, and he was clearly the most hated by the fans. Brian's flaw, though, is that his character was a bit one-dimensional. If we're sticking with the pro wrestling metaphors, you would say he was a good hand or a good worker, right? Someone that's technically proficient, but he's not good at cutting promos, right? He has a very low charisma stat. And though they tried him out as the main heel, I think it was ultimately this that probably got him kicked off, that he wasn't going to be main event status. He couldn't carry the show. Luckily for production at the time, they still had a John. They had Jimmy, a tweener. He was loved by many and hated by many, and he could eat, like he knew how to play the game and could flip-flop between the two if need be. He could definitely cut a promo, very high charisma, and he was pretty good at the challenge portion of it as well. And I think that's probably why they did the bait and switch with Brian and Jimmy. This was supposed to mark like the transformation of Jimmy going full heel. So now they have all their eggs in the Jimmy basket, and I can understand why they'd want to kick Brian off the show. He was the least popular, so they'd make the least money off him. Basically, he would get the least amount of cigarette deliveries or TTS. Well, actually, I guess his TTSs were pretty high because they're all hate, but they could stand to make more money if they kept fish in the tank that people actually enjoyed. Without a backup plan, when the $9 Fisher-Price telephone got destroyed and Jimmy freaked out, this put production in a really tough position because they didn't really have an option other than kicking him off the show at the time, and now they had no heel to carry the show forward. Jimmy left this giant power imbalance between good and evil in the house, and I think that's probably why they told Duan'ye to step it up, who's doing a great job. I can't take that away from him. And I think that's probably another reason why they brought in Frank Hassel. So now they do clearly have heels in the house, but these heels are they're freeloaders, and by the nature of freeloaders not being eligible for the main prize and they're going to be kicked out at some point, we've been trained as an audience to not take them as like a serious threat as you do like the actual contestants, the actual fish. So now there's this, you know, section of the fan base that find the 4 fish boring and uninteresting because they're not willing to beef with each other the same way the fish were in season 1. This now would lead to the freeloaders and production taking that and using that as like a storyline, continually beating them over the head with it. I think probably in an effort to try and give someone the initiative to turn full heel, which I get it. It's a tactic. They're trying to fire them up. They're trying to amp up the 4 remaining fish. I get that. On the flip side of that, I think it was Chris Jericho who said that when you're playing a heel, you never want to portray your opponent as not being a threat, because that tells the audience that they're not a threat, and then there's no reason for them to tune in. You're always going to make more money off something that's competitive rather than, you know, like a quick squash match. So I think the kind of direction the show currently is in, of telling not only the fish but the audience that the people that are in the tank are not worth rooting for, it's like a bit of a slippery slope. But who knows? It's very possible that this is leading to something. Jet and Sam have a plan that we're all unaware of. I mean, that's very possible. But if we're looking at what the finals are going to be, it being a traditional good versus evil, I don't see that happening. You know, I can't. TJ's he's too timid. He's not able to play a heel. Taylor, she's actually been stepping it up. I think that's the closest chance they have to getting like a legit heel. She has spent most of her downtime just kind of chilling in bed, but you know, she seems like when she's backed into her corner, she does seem to perform. Shinji excels at challenges. He's very likable, but I don't think anyone really buys him as a bad guy. Even when he's, you know, messing with the other fish, I don't think any of them really take him seriously. And as charismatic as Shinji is, I mean, he can't really hold a conversation, so I don't see him making it to the finals. And then there's Trish, who I think when Gold Striker or just production in general are around, you could bounce anything off of her. She's down for any bit. She's like into it. She's very much like a Letty in that perspective, but when they're not there, that's where she kind of seems to falter. My guess is they're going to try and transform Taylor into a full heel, and they're going to pit her against TJ for the finals. But that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching.
Fish tank will really break a nigga.